Why does privacy matter today? Now, and why does it matter today more than ever? So, before I answer that question, or even get to the point, let's first look at what privacy even is. Privacy is your favorite cafeteria, your favorite coffee place, your favorite restaurants. It's where you live, it's where your family lives, it's where your home is and how your home is. It's who you love, it's who you have a crush on, it's who you talk to, it's your friends, your family, your community, it's everyone around you. It's what you like, it's what you dislike, it's what your health status is, it's the physical ailments, your disabilities or your abilities, it's the size of your wallet, it's your religious and political beliefs and biases. Basically, it's everything you are. If you were to collect all these bits and pieces of yourself spread across these different domains, then you could basically create a recipe of knowing you completely. So you can say that, privacy is your identity. So I'll tell you a story of a very naive girl. So this naive girl one day walks into a shop, and before making her payments, she finds a free teddy bear offer. So she likes the teddy bear, it was free, so she said, why not take it home with me? So she loaded her groceries, she loaded the teddy bear in her car, and she took it home. She placed this teddy bear on her bed, and then she kind of forgot about the teddy bear. Now what happened was, the very next day a gift arrived at her doorstep. The delivery man just took the doorbell and just walked away. So she walked outside and she looked at the gift and she saw that it had her name on it. She was a bit surprised, but then she was naive, so she didn't care much. She opened up the gift and found items in there that she liked. So she was very happy with the whole situation, and then didn't think about it twice, and then started using the items in there, whichever she liked and however she liked. This happened again the next day. She opened it up. She again found things that she liked. This happened another day. Similar story. And then on the fourth day, she actually found items that she really loved. So, she realized that the gifts were just getting better and better. And so she completely ignored why these gifts were even coming in the first place, or where these gifts were coming in from in the first place. She had no suspicions because she was naive. And then as time went on, she became accustomed to this gifting situation that came in. So every day she would wait for these gifts to arrive, for the doorbell to ring, and then she would walk up to the door and then find a gift that contained things that she liked. The issue was that this sort of started becoming like an addiction. So you might ask, this seems a little unbelievable, even for a story. So, from the perspective of a story, how was it possible that she was getting these gifts, and especially these gifts that she actually liked? The answer is in the teddy bear. So the teddy bear was a free gift, but then it contained a bug inside. It had a microphone and it had a camera, and this camera recorded all of her activities. It knew her schedule, it knew what she liked, it knew what she disliked, basically everything about her. And it was because of this that somebody out there could just learn your likes and dislikes just by looking at you. And this is exactly what the creepy stalker who was behind this teddy bear was doing. But then the problem is that we are just like that naive girl. She's no different than you and me. Why, you ask? Let's see. We have free services on our phones like WhatsApp, like Facebook, like Instagram, like YouTube, and a bunch of other applications. We may never even question ourselves, but we put in so much of information on these platforms without thinking twice what this information could be used as against us. And this isn't just some hacker out there who would gain access to our information. A lot of this information is public domain knowledge, and the worst of all is the AI sitting behind and operating these platforms. These AI platforms are the stalkers. You see, they have access to our information on our phones, the sensors that we use, just like that teddy bear had access to a camera and the microphone in the bedroom. We walk with these devices everywhere we go, and this puts our identity in jeopardy. You see, they are like walking and talking surveillance devices in our pockets, like an extension of ourselves, that know more about us than our parents, than our friends, than our community, than ourselves. And if that does not scare you even the slightest, then let me give you reasons why you should start getting scared, or maybe just a little bit more cautious than you are with your own data. So, the problem here is that these platforms are able to collect all these pieces of information that you shared selectively with different people at different points of time and combine them together. They are able to create that X inside this function which can create a blueprint for you, which isn't possible for your parents. Your parents may never know completely about your doings, but your Google search history is enough to tell a person going through it what kind of a person you are, your deepest, darkest desires, your secrets, and also your goals, aspirations, and wishes. So you may ask, as long as I'm getting these services that I desire, and these services are getting better and better with my own usage of that own platform, then what's really the big problem with giving up my privacy and giving up my identity? Well, let's look at it this way. So you enter into this echo chamber once you start using these platforms. They know a lot about you. They know almost everything about you, and that allows them to create an idea around yourself. And then what they do is they regurgitate this idea back to yourself. So say for example, if you have a certain political belief, then they would get you in touch with such other content that rings to yourself, and because of that you would go down this death spiral of having been opinionated and becoming more and more polarized, and all of this only to get that ad view or to click that button which makes them the money. They don't care about the information they are giving you, they care about the money that you can make for them. This is where the problems start. They have the ability to deplatform you at any given time they want. Political censorship has already started. It's started through these platforms, and it started with the President of the United States when he was deplatformed from all social media companies. Even though these companies were based in the United States, they were able to overpower their president, and that's a very, very interesting thing if you think about it. Even the strongest person in the world wasn't able to overpower these platforms. That's very interesting. Another problem is with the data that they collect is going towards making AI platforms stronger and more powerful, which may very well one day start replacing human beings. We've seen automation in terms of industries which has replaced manual labor. So it's only a matter of time before these platforms start replacing your average workers. Even many automation algorithms today have gotten rid of your IT support staff agents because it's just easier to invest in a software that can do more for you than hire someone instead, right? And how is all of this possible? Through data. 100% through data. And where does all of this data come from? Well, it comes from you and me. So, this might not even scare you. I know I can understand. It might not even affect you. You might say that, I'm an artist and, art is a human thing. But, don't underestimate the power of AI, I'm telling you. So, let's look at what the worst bit can even be. It is injection of ideas into your mind. If you know what happened with Cambridge Analytica in 2018, you know exactly what is possible. These platforms are able to inject ideas, tilt our biases into a certain way. So at the end of the day, I'd just like to say that they don't care about you and me as a person. To them, we are just a commodity. We are a mine where they can collect their data from, and they make us ad watching lapdogs, because once I want to watch a YouTube video, I can only skip an ad after 5 seconds. I still need to watch that ad. And the funniest thing is that they call us users. So the only other industry which calls their customers users is the narcotics industry. And that's really funny how this plays out with the addiction analogy. So now, here's my suggestion. Stay informed, stay vigilant, because these platforms are not what they appear to be. Freedom and liberty are very, very precious, because bits and pieces of information of you is not shared with your closed ones because you value it, and you are unknowingly giving it away to these platforms, thinking that they don't care about you. Well, you're half right. They don't care about you, but they care about the information that you're sharing on those platforms. So, most importantly, remember this. Your mind is a beautiful, beautiful abode of information. And this is not just information, it's knowledge, it's morals, it's values, and it's ethics. Your passions, your ideas, everything is in your mind. Don't let them mine your beautiful mind that easily. For the sake of convenience, never sell yourself short. Because the reason why they've gotten this much power is because we have sold ourselves short. We use these free platforms thinking that we aren't paying any price, while the price that we are paying is being used unceremoniously to create these giant beasts and mammoths that will be impossible to slay if things go on the way they are. There are Davids out there that have the potential to slay this Goliath. If not, then at least damage it. So start looking for platforms that are run by foundations, that are run by non-profit organizations that don't care about your data, that only care about the service that they provide. Because if you do that, you will live in peace, and we will all be able to live in peace. Otherwise, things will start getting hairy and hairy. But don't worry, I'm here. I will continue making more and more content out there. So until the next video, peace out.